Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Julian, and I would like to share with you some wisdom about enlightened investing, about conscious enlightened investing, conscious enlightened money, and what is it all about. So, what is different from the usual perception of money, of the usual perception of investing? What is different here? And what does this special grand expression, enlightened and conscious, actually represent in association with money and investing? It is my big passion to be participating in the world of investing and in the world of money through the lens of enlightened conscious perspective, because it is giving me so much more satisfaction, fulfillment, joy, passion, playfulness. And I'm already pointing you to the answer I'm about to reveal during this sharing. And this can also be true for you, if you choose so. It is about joyful, playful approach. It is about money that is not being taken so seriously. It is about investing that is not being done with so much tense feelings and harsh emotions and scarcity and fear and all of these unpleasant emotions and feelings that come up so many times for so many people when they are starting to invest or when they are investing already for a longer time. The world of money and investing, unfortunately, but also it is as it is, it wasn't built on joy. But that doesn't mean that such approach is not possible, because it is. And that is one of my big passions I want to share with the world. I also want to share with you, and I'm sharing it also with myself while I'm recording such creations like this audio and video is. So, many of you would say, and many in the mass consciousness, in the collective, would say like, that's not possible. It's simply not possible to approach money playfully, to approach investing playfully. I beg to differ. And I went through so many different explorations of different investments. And I was experiencing incredible amount of satisfaction and joy. And this has got nothing to do with creating profits per se. The joy wasn't built on just profits at all. It was about exploring different companies, different currencies, different virtual currencies and cryptocurrencies, commodities like gold and silver and diamonds. It all has its own resonance. Each thing in this world has its own resonance, but especially some investments have this incredible radiance and energy scent in them. And it is the same for the companies. Also, companies have different kinds of expressions. They feel differently. And with some companies, I really resonate. Some of them are not very connected with me. I went through many of them, like thousands, literally, visited their websites, listened to their founders, CEOs, their mission, their passions, their creations, explored it. So I kind of know what I'm talking about here. And of course, I was also exploring investments from traditional perspective, like how much did certain investment gain in 10 or 20 years, their value on the market, and also how is it perceived by the people worldwide. Is it considered very reliable or risky, or are a lot of people trusting it or not? There are many factors and so many different ways where to put your money. And investing is a big part of enlightened money, but also another essential energy I want to discuss here is money on its own, just like money and the energy of abundance. Enlightened conscious money. And we can have many different descriptions of what this would mean, but I can also say that enlightened money and money on its own is something unique to each and every person, although there are many common beliefs about it in the world, but they're mostly in many, many ways negative, unfortunately. And also this company is here to inspire, to aspire different kind of perception of money. And it's not about quantity of money, it's about quality. And how are you perceiving money? How are you perceiving yourself? And what kind of relationship do you want to have with the money? You can let go and forget what you were taught in all these years, and from your parents and from schools and from society, whatever. It is your choice now to establish a new, free, conscious, enlightened relationship with the money. And you can do it. Anyone can do it if they choose so. For some people it's going to be easier. For some people it's going to be a bit harder. That's unfortunately just the way it is on this earth, depending on your own stories from before and all the belief systems and everything. But yes, it can be done. And why wouldn't it be joyful and playful? It can be, because you are the creator of the whole reality you are looking at, although it sometimes really doesn't seem so, and all these unconscious energies and beliefs are creating realities for us also in the money sense and in the investing sense that really don't feel pleasant to many people. Yes, I'm speaking here also very, very much from my own experiences, but I'm still standing by the truth that I'm sharing here with you today, that enlightened money and enlightened investing is absolutely possible. And it's about the shift of perception, essentially, but you can also playfully go into all of this. And if you are listening to this transmission, to this audio or video, or in whatever form you are receiving this, then something brought you here, and in a way you are already choosing a different perspective of money and investing. So let this be a very passionate and excited introduction that I just shared with you into the world of enlightened money. And there are different spheres we can explore. There are different kinds of investments. There are different kind of goals that also people have. Because now we were addressing money and investments essentially from, let's say, feeling level, from perception level, also from sensual level, so to speak. However, you can also, of course, and it's kind of very beneficial in my opinion, you can also address money and investments from profit point of view and from allocating your money and investments in the way that makes you feel good and that you can also feel secure that these investments are very, very likely going to return even more money and abundance for you in the future. So I explored all these topics from different angles, and I'd be glad to share more with you if you are interested. You can also book a free introductory call on the website. So dearly welcome, and thank you very much for listening to this exciting and passionate Enlightened Money transmission.